Hello folks, in this guide we are covering all 40 stash locations within the Burnt Forest. There are 39 standard and 1 DLC stash within this region. There's just one or two side notes before we get started. I've ran this guide parallel with the main story. There are no differences between main story allegiance, meaning all players can follow this entire guide without any issues. This guide starts from the main mission objective at the center of the Burnt Forest. Now the Burnt Forest does not have a hub. Those allianced with the ward will have access to the chemical plant hub. Those who are not allianced with the ward, your best option is Zalicia. At least I found it to be better than either Ruststock or Garbage, so I do advise using the Weird Water Artifact for long distance traveling. With that said, I have designed this guide to be relatively efficient in terms of routes and when to offload supplies, and I will advise as we go. We will cover all stashes in a more or less convenient route, so other than that, let's get started. Our first location is at the main quest marker, right here on the map. When first arriving at this facility, first head to the northwest corner to locate this small building. Behind here, you'll find this stash. Next, head to the southeast side of the facility to find this additional small building. Climb this ladder to the roof to locate an additional stash right here. Next, locate this ladder south of the main building to access the rooftop. Navigate over to the other side and remove all artifacts before heading up and activating this lever. Next, back down and on the northern side of the main building, you'll find this unlocked door. Head inside and take care of the Poltergeist mutant. When ready, follow the path on screen to locate this stash. Next to this stash is this code lock. The combination can be found on some notes within the same facility, which I believe are quest marked. Enter the code and head on through. Eventually, you'll reach this room. Be sure to collect all of the quest objectives. When ready, head outside and follow these stairs down. Unlock this door and continue on through. You will eventually reach a series of corridors and rooms with 3 burrow mutants inside. Upon first entering, turn left and head into this room to activate this lever. After dealing with the burrows, at the back of this area, you'll find these corpses with this stash beside them. Next, within the main quest room, there is this stash at the back. Next, activate the main quest and continue forward. Now, there are a variety of ways this can play out. I'm not entirely certain of them all, but I would assume all players will be continuing along the same path. Despite what transpires next, players should head to this code lock just next to the room with the previous switch. The combination is located on a paper note within the main quest room from before. Next, continue through the facility until reaching this room with the fruit punch anomalies. Climb up here to locate this opening at the back. Drop on down and navigate over to this stash. Inside, you'll find the all-titanium components blueprint for the operator exoskeleton. Next, continue through the facility and head into this small room that's right near the exit. In here, you'll find this stash. That does conclude the main story quest part of this guide. I myself headed back to a personal stash at this point and then returned right back to this location, and I advise you do the same. Our next location is far south of the Burnt Forest, right here on the map. You'll likely find some enemies when first arriving here. When ready, head over to this wall and head on up. Here, you will find this stash. Our next location is this downed heli, marked right here on the map. Here, you'll first run into a Bayon mutant. Once taking care of this, find the stash sitting just inside the cockpit. Our next location is this marker right here on the map. Here, you will find this bus. Simply head inside and find a stash right here. Our next location is north, marked right here on the map. Here, you'll find this sunken road with multiple trucks. About halfway down, head into the back of this truck to locate this stash. Our next location is east at this marker right here on the map. Here, you'll find this bridge. Before heading over, look underneath to locate this stash. Next, head over the bridge and remove all artifacts before continuing over to this totem pole to locate this additional stash. Our next location is just slightly southeast, marked right here on the map. First, follow the riverbank down and maybe take a peek at the first bunker you ever visited in the game. Once at this pylon, head inside to locate this stash. Our next location is back north at this marker right here on the map. In the southmost building of this settlement, head inside to first locate this stash. Next, head inside the building just north of it to locate an additional stash right here. Next, head into the even larger building just north of the previous two to find a poltergeist mutant inside. After dealing with them, locate an additional stash right here. Next, head into the house at the center of the settlement and with the bunker entrance outside to locate this stash right here. Next, there is a key located in this shed. It opens the locked door of the house opposite. There's nothing noteworthy inside of here. I assume it's either side or main quest related in some way. Next, head into the barn behind the empty building, and at the back, you will find a stash tucked away just here. Next, head to the house at the northeast of town, and on the east side, you'll find this truck. Navigate upwards and break these planks to access the roof space. Inside here, you will find this stash at the very back. Our next location is north, marked right here on the map. First, head into this building and climb the ladder. Deal with the anomaly in the next room to locate a stash right here. Next, head down and into the main barn. Turn left and down here, you'll find this stash.
Look for the stash. There ain't many spots around here to hide loot.
Next, locate these shelves at the end of the barn. Head on up and navigate to the roof. From here, head on over to the main entrance to find this stash tucked away just here, which does contain the adjusted bolt locking lugs blueprint for the AS Lavina. Our next location is north, marked right here on the map. First, head into the main building and then into the back of this truck to locate this stash. Next, head outside and on the front of this combine, you'll find an additional stash. Our next location is west at this marker right here on the map. Here, you will find this tower. Simply climb the ladder all the way to the top to find the stash right here. Now would be an opportune time to head back to a personal stash and unload all of this loot. Our next location is this facility in the north, marked right here on the map. First, head into this building and follow the path on screen to locate a stash right here. Next, head outside and into this garage to find an additional stash right here. Our next location is this settlement west, marked right here on the map. First, head to the stage in the southeast corner of the settlement. You will be attacked by a couple of Bayon mutants here. Once ready, drop inside the hole and at the back of the stage to locate this key on the side. Next, head to the northeast side of the settlement to this building right here. Follow the path on screen and navigate through the anomalies. Eventually, you will reach this room with the stash right here. Next, head back outside and over to the northeast building, locate this ladder and head on up to the roof. Cross the roof and then cautiously drop down to this ledge to locate this stash right here, which does contain the buckshot conversion blueprint for the Rhino sidearm. Next, head to the south of this settlement to find this large building with some ruins behind it. Head to this window and aim inside to shoot the padlock. Head around and into this building to locate this stash right here. Next, head outside and behind the building to find these ruins. Head to the south of these ruins and navigate up the wall whilst dealing with the anomalies to locate the stash sitting right at the end. Our next location is just slightly south, marked right here on the map. Here, you'll find this building. Simply head around to the back to locate a stash tucked away just here. Our next location is just a little further south, marked right here on the map. Here, we have these containers. Head inside this container to automatically begin unlocking the others. Once ready, head inside this container to locate this stash inside. Our next location is this old military facility right here on the map. Fair warning, there is a mutated deer that does live in the northeast corner of this facility. Head up onto the roof of this small building to locate this stash up top. Once done, starting from the southeast side of these tanks, follow the path on screen to locate this stash, containing the extended magazine attachment for the AS Lavina. Next, head northwest towards this hangar on the far left. Navigate through the hangar and onto this platform at the back to locate a stash right here. Our next location is north at this marker right here on the map. First, head up onto this vehicle to access the nearby roof of this building. Once here, you'll find a stash containing the elimination system for poisonous substances blueprint for the Cuirass exosuit. Next, head into the main building and down into the basement to fight off some Snork mutants.
Everything's going blurry. Might pass out. Help me.
Once done, at the back of the basement and on top of these pipes, you can find this stash containing the extended magazine attachment for the Integral A submachine gun. Our final location is even further north, marked right here on the map. This is the single journalist stash within this region. Now, a word of caution, the stash is hiding somewhere within these ruins, and there are many flashbang anomalies here. I don't know the precise location, and this anomaly field is awful to navigate through, so have fun. That's it for this guide, folks. If you're unaware, then I have confirmed I will be covering both the first Berserker Kazan and Atomfall when they both release in late March. I am part of the creator program for Kazan currently, so you can expect to see content within the next week. Rest assured that I will be focusing my main attention on Stalker 2, at least until the current guide series is complete. I do, of course, have a range of guides on the channel already, so feel free to come and check things out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, folks, and until next time, peace.